An inquiry into the water crisis in KwaZulu-Natal has found that the right to clean drinking water has been violated. The South African Human Rights Commission yesterday releasing a damning report on the province's municipalities. The inquiry was commissioned after 600 complaints from residents about poor access to water. Newzroom Afrika's Karinda Jagmohan is live for us at the Ugu District Municipality. Karinda, good morning to you. And I've got to say that the infrastructure problems are reported about widely in South Africa, particularly water infrastructure. We know that that is a major concern right now. But what really takes the cup for me on the back of that report yesterday is what the Commission said was the officials from municipalities, including water authorities, who simply do not care about the principle of putting people first, Batupili. I wonder if those residents behind you have a story to tell about the responses they get when they go to either authority to inquire about what's happening with the water.
They certainly do. Good morning, Holly. Good morning to our viewers. The residents here say that it's been years since they've not had water. Water would come for maybe a few weeks at a time and then shut off completely. In many cases, residents, women and children specifically, have to walk long distances to go and get water from a river because there's no access to clean drinking water. In that very same report, the commissioners from the South African Human Rights Commission said that women and children are the most impacted by this water crisis. And standing right here, it's women who have come out to speak to us holding these signs because their rights have been violated. I'm going to go straight to Mom Zinhle Shebi. Ma, tell us about how your morning starts. 4 a.m. you wake up to go and fetch water. Tell us.
Ngivuka ekseni ngabo 4 ngiyokha amanzi ngihamba indawo ende ukempuleni ngihlala nezingane efanele ukuthi zesikoleni ngiqale ngihambe ngiyokha amanzi lo manzi nasesikoleni awekho kufanele ngiwabhoyile ngiwafake ezitsheni kwebawaphathi esikoleni ngoba nasesikoleni awekho amanzi siningi kakhulu isikhathi hluphekile samanzi asinawo nje indawo yethu stick farm asinakiwe indaba yamanzi siyahlupheka sizodlwengula amasamba siyokha amanzi asazi fanele senze njani siyawadinga amanzi kakhulu hluphekile kakhulu amanzi siyawadinga ayabuya kancane ahambe sayisikhathi eside lento ikhuluna indaba yamanzi ithange likhona lalini alikwazi ukuthi lisenzele sonke i-truck yamanzi akamasipala ifika mhlawumbe once a month. Manje sixaye kakhulu singaphila kanjani nezingane sokha empuleni amanzi angcolile sizogula. Siyawacela basize ngamanzi. Asinakiwe thina stick farm kodwa seduze kwase Hibberdene ayachitheke edolobheni amanzi thina lakezi amanzi ayadlula asazi ukuthi fanele senze njani.
Mama, just now you were saying that here stick farm is described as the forgotten land. How often do officials come? Has anyone from Ugu District come here to speak to you about the water issue?
Angakaze kufika wase Ugu ezokhuluma indaba yamanzi ukuthi kwenzakalani nangelodi langa ngibabonile bezokhuluma indaba yamanzi sidiniwe ngempela ukuthi siwumphakathi asinakiwe.
That water that you collect from the river, from the borehole, I know you're boiling it, but is it safe to drink?
Akekho kahle esimweni ngoba khona izinto ulwelwese eluhlaza namaselesele phakathi nomoba ungena phakathi lapha nomoba ngoba khona umoba nala uswakhe empuleni kuhamba khona inkomo mothi uyakha ngendishi ayangcola nawo asiphephile kusho ukuthi impilo zethu nezingane zethu aziphephile.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. You can hear the frustration in her voice. Of course, the community says that the water tanker only comes at least once a month, if possible. This Jojo tank is the only tank that's here for this community. A number of residents that have to rely on this to be filled up. There's a borehole nearby. There's a pump tap just behind us, but there's no water coming out of that either. So residents have been without clean drinking water for years now in terms of the interruptions ongoing. We've reached out to the Ugu District Municipality. Their spokesperson says that they've just recently today had sight of that report and they'll be studying it, of course. They say that they are working on the issue in terms of the water crisis across the district, because it's not just Stick Farm that has water interruptions. It's really the Ugu District Municipality, the suburban areas as well, that have seen water interruptions. This is the crisis that the Human Rights Commission has been speaking about, where they say that municipalities in general have violated residents' access to water. They say that over 20 years now, almost 30 years past democracy, it's high time that there should have been efforts to address the apartheid-era spatial planning that did not see a majority of communities have access to water. But they say this should have been done by now, and that there should have been efforts to address fraud and corruption in municipalities, as well as to address maintenance issues too. And remember, one of the commissioners, Pilile Ntuli, saying that it's women and children that are impacted the most. Mamzinkle must wake up at 4 a.m. every single day to go and fetch water from a river, boil that water, add detergents, and still that's not safe drinking water. And that is the crisis of residents here in Ugu District Municipality.
Karinda, Jagmohan, add to that the concern that she says when she wakes up at 4 a.m. to go and fetch that water, there's a possibility that they could get raped. Thank you very much for the time being.